Why are you investing is probably the most important conversation to have with yourself, your spouse, your family, or anyone that has a stake in your financial future. Start with your goals. What goal are you investing for? Is it retirement, the first home for you or a child? Perhaps you're saving for college, a wedding, to start a business or a nonprofit, or even just to be able to donate more to charity. Your investing strategy should have a goal in mind, and it might even have several you're hoping to accomplish. Think about how you want to use your savings. How long do you have until you get there? What do you want it to look like when you get there, and how long will it last? If you're like most, saving for retirement is on the top of the list. However, we can and often have different goals as well. I want to be able to save for retirement and pay for my son's college. This means I have to make changes to a traditional savings plans to reach those goals simultaneously. This is where it can help to have a professional to sit down and discuss these things with. A good financial planner can help you identify all the different goals and help build a roadmap for you to accomplish these goals. Another thing to consider is your risk tolerance. This is probably the biggest defining factor in decisions with your investments. Your risk tolerance should take into account how much time you have to accomplish your goals, how you feel when you see your accounts going up or going down. Are you a person always out seeking the highest gains, or do you prefer to try and minimize your losses? These are all questions you need to consider when it comes to making the decisions for your investments. These last 2 quarters have been perfect times to think about how you felt when it comes to investing. When you heard the market was down, did you think, oh no, how much money did I lose? Or did you say, now would be a great time to invest even more? You rarely make the right decisions when you're going through a difficult time, as we did a few months ago. So knowing how well you can handle volatility in your investments before it happens will help ensure you don't make any bad decisions when the worst happens. Our last W is when you should invest. To answer this, I want to make a bit of a comparison. You only have two options when it comes to timing investments. They are market timing, trying to buy stocks when they're low and selling them when they go up, or dollar cost averaging. The pros to market timing are clear. There's a higher potential for gains, and psychologically, it's easier. When you think you're buying a winner, it's easy to put cash on the table. The downside to this is that there's a much higher potential for loss as well. Plus, it's impossible to know when a stock has hit bottom or top, so it's just guessing, unless you have a crystal ball, of course. Dollar cost averaging is when you place money into the market periodically over a certain time frame. It might be a few weeks, months, or like most people do when they're saving for retirement, it's over years. The benefit of this strategy is that you lower the chances of large losses. Not to say you won't see losses, but when you don't focus as much on timing, you spread losses out over different basis points, minimizing the actual percentage loss amounts. Also, DCA has statistically higher returns than market timing. Now, the downside to this is you have to have a savings mentality, meaning the strategy takes some discipline. If you're the type that looks at your investment accounts every day and daydreams about what you could do with the money, this strategy might be a bit challenging. Also, it's just not exciting. If you ever wanted to be the life of the party, talking about how you minimize your exposure to market risk by buying across different price ranges is not the way to go. So again, unless you have a crystal ball, create a plan where you automatically save at specific points. No matter what the market is doing, it is going to be the winning strategy.